Queens get the money. Queens get the money. Queens get the money. Queens get the money, yeah. I'ma knock it out the park with this one. I'ma knock it out the park with this one, yeah. I'ma knock it out the park with this one. Queens get the money. Queens get the money.
Every time I look at that intro, it just looks like a graveyard.
Yeah, basically.
Of what could have been. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a what do you call it? The headstone of the 2026 Mets. That's what that intro resembles to me and symbolizes. This team is dead. Yeah. Anything that could be dead, it's dead. So, Tom, my friend, how are you doing? Good to see you. I am sorry that you actually had to watch that fucking game.
Yeah.
But here we are. So thoughts.
Well, admittedly, I did something I rarely do. I turned off the first game. After that got like completely, I could have turned it off earlier, but after that got completely out of hand, I turned that one off. This one, like I was never really confident that they were going to pull this game out anyway. I saw Sean Manaea was starting and I was like, all right, well, I know where this is going. Yeah. And I got my hopes up. I was like, all right, look, they're hitting a little bit. And then it was just error after error after error after error. I was like, okay, there we go. Okay, they scored a couple of runs, but this is the Mets team that I've been seeing all year, if not worse at this point. It's crazy that somebody's going to write a book called The Worst Team Money Can Buy Part 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I hope that book gets written because it's disgusting. Like, I can't believe I can and can't believe that we're sitting here watching the highest payroll in baseball, having to roll out MJ Melendez, Eric Wagman, Jared Young, still holding on to Mark Vientos, still holding on to Brett Beatty,
having to pitch Kodai Senga,
still telling me that Kodai Senga's got it, still telling me that David Peterson's got it, like
Sean Manaea.
I just like. This is a New York baseball team. I understand this is the New York Mets. I understand there's a stigma. Mets gonna Met. You said it in our group chat. I understand that exists. But this is not what the highest payroll in baseball should look like. And we saw it coming. Like, we talked about it in the offseason that, like, the lineup on paper looked good. I was talking to my brother about it today. The lineup on paper looked good. But what was the one thing that we all said was going to derail this?
Injuries.
Oh, yeah. This lineup has a lot of guys that don't play baseball. Right. Like
a lot of fringe players.
Not even fringe players and guys that just simply don't play. Great. Jorge Polanco, professional hitter. That guy can hit like crazy. That's awesome. Doesn't play. But David Stearns got asked about it in his presser yesterday. Usually his first game at Homestands. Yep. And they still don't they expect him to play again this year, but we have no idea when that's going to be.
You have no idea. He ran a little bit, and we don't know if he's gonna actually be able to run again because he might flare up right after a little jog.
Like Luis Robert Jr. again had a couple good seasons, one really good season. For the most part, doesn't play. And you expected both those guys to be big contributors in this lineup. Francisco Alvarez, our guy, said we needed him this year.
Doesn't
play, and then just swings at balls 12 feet out of the strike zone. Like
Marcus Semien shouldn't play.
Shouldn't play. It should be a coach. Like, if you really want to. If you want to be attached to the game, retire. Coach, man. You don't got it.
Marcus Semien at this stage of his career should be a bench player. He should be a guy that plays 2 or 3 times a week. No more than that.
Yeah, agreed. I saw the
wow.
I don't know if we have to segue into it, but I saw the Buster Olney was talking about like maybe figuring out a way to get the Mets out of the Simeon contract and the Giants out of the Adames contract, or just like getting
we're trading one bad player for another bad player.
Yeah, they said that it would be able to shift Adames to third, move Bo back to second, a more natural position for him. But like, what are we even talking about here?
What does it matter at this point? I just keep the bum. Keep the bum. I don't want any more expectations of guys that are coming in here when you make trades to be able to try to do something, because if Willy Adames comes here and bats 150, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
And he's here longer.
So, and then you're going to have to pay off money or attach whatever it is. Like, no, just leave the garbage that you have. Armand says Mets have been outscored 50-19 in their last 5 games. Yeah.
Yep.
Shouts to Armand.
Yeah, you're the best, Armand.
Armand says, hey, hi, I hate this fucking team. Yeah. I mean, listen, this is event session, so you guys can be able to get out whatever you want to get out. Jonathan says, it's so bad when Swanson has more RBIs than we have runs in both games. Dansby Swanson had 15 RBIs in 3 games. This is a guy that heading into this series was batting 187. 187 and batting in the 9 hole. This is what I'm trying to say. So when we have been screaming at the top of our fucking lungs for the entire season, and I've been saying that this fucking pitching staff has been garbage since day one, that he never addressed it the way he was supposed to. Nobody could have ever thought that Freddie Peralta was going to be this bad, right?
No.
So you can't, that's not Stearns' fault, because this is a guy that has been very good over the last 3 seasons in regards to Freddie Peralta. You can't chalk that up to Stearns. That's not his fault. What I can blame Stearns for is relying on Sean Manaea, is relying on David Peterson, and relying on Kodai Senga.
Yeah.
That's what I can blame you for. I can't even blame you for Nolan McLean looking the way he does, because none of us saw it coming that he was going to get tattooed like this. Because here's the thing with him is that if you notice, and this has been a trend for this fucking Mets team all season long, they get 2 outs of the inning very smoothly. They give up a ton of runs with 2 outs every game. Just go ahead and go look. If there's a stat for it, Armand, please go ahead and try to find that for me. How many runs have the Mets given up when they're up 2 outs in an inning? Because every time they get shelled and they have these big innings, it's always 2 outs. And Nolan McLean has been victimized by this shit all season long. You get the first 2 outs and you can't close the inning out. It's super frustrating.
It's crazy frustrating.
If it's not an error, it's a bad pitch. It's a middle pitch. It's a wild pitch. It's something stupid that happens that a professional baseball team should not fucking go through.
No. David Stearns said it when he was asked about the pitching in the presser, that a lot of their guys just aren't throwing enough strikes, and it's clear. All they're doing is losing.
It's an organizational problem, though.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely because all of them. No, exactly, all of them. It's every single pitcher. The thing is, it really sucks that the Clay Holmes injury really ruined this rotation, because I think that was the absolute breaking point. Because you're right, nobody could have expected that Freddie was going to be this bad here. No. I'm so glad they didn't just throw a 7-year contract at him. Thank God. I think we could have expected McLean to struggle a little bit, like hit a little bit of a rookie wall, because it is his first full year, but you didn't expect him to be this bad. You thought he was going to be okay. He could be a solid 2 or 3. And then Clay Holmes looked really good last year. So a solid like 1, 2, and 3 of Peralta, McLean, Holmes looks good. Like I thought when the Peralta trade was made, I was like, okay, David Stearns, you did do something to address the pitching thing. I'm not gonna hold my hands up. That's great. Awesome. My issue at this point is when we're this far into the season, I don't know what that answer is. It's his job to figure out what that answer is, but it's for sure not David Peterson and Kodai Senga. No. You can tell me going into the year it's going to be David Peterson or Kodai Senga for 4 or 5, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with Sean Manaea, figure out if we could stick him in the back end of the rotation. I'm going to be like, okay, I think I can live with that. I'll have a little hope that Senga can recapture some of that magic from before he was hurt, and I'll hope that we can get David Peterson in less high leverage situations. We can just maybe he can capture some of that all-star potential again. Maybe Sean Manaea can do this long relief thing out of the bullpen. Maybe Sean Manaea could spot start here and there. But at this point, and a month ago, you can't tell me that you're expecting Kodai Senga and expecting David Peterson to just all of a sudden turn it on, because they're not gonna.
And not make a fucking move. Like, like how can you look at this rotation and honestly say to yourself, yeah, we're gonna stand pat and see what happens. Everybody that has 2 fucking eyes could have saw what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, we knew that outside once Kodai Senga started to wane after those first couple of starts, he never looked good again.
Well, I understand. I understand because going into the season, I was okay with this. This on paper before we start pitching and fielding and hitting, I was okay with that. I was like, okay, that looks rather manageable. You know what I mean?
I wasn't. I was very hesitant
because it's the back end. It's the back end of the rotation, and I thought that the stabilizing force was going to be Freddie, McLean, and Holmes.
The big 3, yeah.
But then once we start moving into the season, Holmes goes down, and we're going to have to start relying on David Peterson and Kodai Senga. Like, sure, couple starts in the beginning of the year. If they don't have it, okay, I'm cool with you sticking with them. But when we're starting to get to the point where we're halfway through the year and we're still telling us that Kodai Senga and David Peterson have what it takes to be competent major league starters, like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm a Mets fan. I'm not that stupid.
And also, too, like, are you noticing what I'm noticing here, Tom, is that when we had Ernest Dove on the show, what did he say? He said that there's some rumblings that there's a problem organizationally within the Mets organization. You're trying to tell me that you have no one ready. There's no one within the entire organization that is ready to be inserted into your lineup for certain situations like this. Even if it was a September call up, no one looks ready, Tom. No one.
But even still, like, I don't. I don't know how, even if David Stearns doesn't fully think that any of these guys down in the minors are ready to come up and make those starts, I don't know how David Peterson's spot and Kodai Senga's spots come up in the rotation and you pitch them again.
But that's what I don't know. Like, remember,
I don't know how you just give that to bullpen games.
They gave Zach Thornton 1 start.
Yeah.
You give him. I would rather see Zach Thornton get shelled than see David Peterson again. Because at least I know that a young guy, right? He got some stuff. He can be able to figure it out, and you keep him here, and then boom, boom, boom. Like, young pitchers are going to get hammered at times. Sometimes they're gonna do well because you don't have a lot of tape on these guys. But I'm okay with riding with young arms than the dead ones that you have here.
Agreed.
David Peterson is dead. Like, his arm is dead. Kodai Senga's arm is dead. It's been dead for 2 years. Dead. So you're trying to tell me that those 2 dead bodies are better than the young players that you have in the minors? That you can't just give them the opportunity? We're bad anyway.
That's ultimately how I'm feeling. Like, anyway. we're like, regardless on how these young guys are right now, the bottom of the rotation is incompetent. They're not major league players. They take the mound, and you can assume that they're going to spot them like they're going to spot them like a 4-run lead.
Right, think about it, right? Kodai Senga has that clause in his contract where he has to be asked to be put down to the minors. Kodai Senga, at this stage of his career, he is a minor league pitcher. He's a AAA pitcher. He's not a major league pitcher. He's
not a bullpen guy.
Or a bullpen guy. David Peterson might be a bullpen guy. He's not a major league pitcher. He's not a starting pitcher. So you got two guys at the back end of your starting pitching staff that are minor leaguers. Give me the minor leaguers then.
Yeah.
Give me the guys that actually have potential because they're young and they have good arms than the guys that have the dead arms. Make it make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. There's no way that you can be able to rationalize that for me.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, no, because there really are
I'm not
no
even
other...
talking about you. I'm just talking about just like David Stearns. There's no way that he can be able to say anything that's ever going to make sense for that situation. It just doesn't make sense.
No, because there really is no other. It doesn't look like there's a really clear option that you could make to fill in one of those starts. Because sure, we can put Tobias Myers as a starter, but we've kind of seen that this year. It's not gone well. He hasn't really gone well. It hasn't gone well for him out of the bullpen recently. Anyway,
you know why? Too. You know why I blame them. I blame whatever fucking plan that they had because they never stretched them out in the first place. They would give him 1 inning here, 1 inning here, 1 inning here. That's not helping him if he's supposed to be your long relief guy. They never used him in long relief the entire season.
I think the only time, I think the most of the time we've seen him in long relief has been like, hey, dude, we're down a lot. Just go eat innings. Save the bullpen.
You can't use him like that. If anything, you should have stretched him out all spring training and had him ready so he can be a hybrid starter.
Yeah.
This is what, like, we are here as baseball fans watching this unfold. How do the people that are actually in charge not understand this? And this is why, it's one of those things where we talk every week. The same conversation comes up. I think that David Stearns is a fucking moron. I'm so serious. There's nothing that he has shown me that has proven that he's a smart person, that he knows baseball. He's a fucking moron.
Well, no, I think he's a moron with how he constructed this team, and I think the way he constructed this team is the reason why we're kind of in this position, because he can't, like, at this point in the season, or even when the season even just started going bad, there was no way he was going to be able to make trades to come bring in guys to come help the team because nobody would be selling yet. So
no, he dug himself a hole in the off season. Like my thing is this: I was on board with getting rid of Alonso and starting fresh and building the team in your mindset or your vision. But if this is your fucking vision, you should have signed Pete.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
If this is your vision for the New York Mets, to have a scrap unit, not fucking sign a first baseman, not have any guys at their natural positions, and we're just going to have bodies on the team. This is not the way baseball works. You don't fucking reinvent the wheel. You need somebody that has first base reps, that have played first base before. You need guys that are actual Major League Baseball players to be in certain situations. We have nothing but garbage on this team, Tom. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't affect Bo that he was playing out of position. I'm not going to pretend. I mean, I don't think I have to pretend that Beatty playing out of position affect him, because I just think Beatty stinks. Like, I don't think he's very good.
Vientos the same thing.
Maybe Vientos. I don't know. Vientos, I'm like torn between, like, does he just stink, which I'm leaning more towards, or is it that he's had to learn first base and that's also kind of stunted his growth, stunted his season a little bit because he's learning a new position, and oh, by the way, still trying to figure out how to hit consistently. So I don't know if that messed with him a little bit, but you're right. Like, playing a lot of guys out of position seems to not have worked at all. And I don't know how bad this season has to go for David Stearns to lose his job, but I still don't think he's gonna. I just have to sit here and hope, and we just have to sit here and hope that he again, I said this last year, that he realizes that what he did to build this team wasn't good enough. And he's got to actually, like, really reevaluate what he considers good player evaluation, because we didn't get it. We did not get it. We could sniff a mile away that Jorge Polanco and Luis Robert Jr., we're going to miss a ton of games. I could see Kodai Senga being hurt year after year.
We talked about it.
I know.
We talked about it.
I just can't. And who was that one?
This one is a good one here. Brian Connolly said, "Do you think Mendoza is gone by this weekend if they aren't?" No. He will be the manager for the rest of the season. If you didn't fire him when you were supposed to fire him, you're not doing it now because he's already locked in. Stearns is a stubborn piece of shit. We've seen this already. Is that he is going to go down with whatever he deems is acceptable for him. You should have fired Mendoza a month into the season. You should have fired him.
Hindsight,
that's when the time was to fire him. After that, it was a wrap.
The thing, though, the only thing that's giving me the idea that it might happen is because this series against the Cubs was just horrendous. But wait.
They lost 12 games in a row at one point.
I know, I understand that. But what I'm saying is a couple, I think it was a month ago, might have been a couple of weeks ago. I think Joel Sherman and John Heyman, I think they do a podcast. They had Carlos Mendoza on, and he acknowledged that his seat was getting a little hot at a certain point in the season. So if he felt that, I'd have to imagine that if it just continues to tank, like we continue down this road, I would not be shocked if he got fired. I mean, like this weekend, maybe not, but could I see the Mets having a new manager after the All-Star break, or like having whoever the hell they want to promote to be the manager after the All-Star break? At this point, I think I could see it. Gary Cohen, you were playing the clip.
I'll play right now.
Yeah.
I'll play right now. Let me see. Go back to it here.
And Brian Connolly, the funk has been the whole year.
This year, Major League teams that have had a home run differential of +4 or better are 35-0.
No way.
35-0.
Wow.
Unless the Mets have a big rally in them, it'll be 35-1. This is the kind of game that causes reevaluations.
Yeah.
You can profess all you want about being confident in the team you have, but this has been nothing short of ugly.
They have been throwing shots at David Stearns all season long.
Yep.
This is an embarrassment for those guys, and they've watched so much fucking baseball. For them to sound like this in the booth, it's beyond a disgrace at this point. He has, listen, I have been one of the people to not sound the alarm of like, oh, listen, you Met fans don't get too crazy about a destroyed organization and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, we came from the Wilpons. Things were bad under the Wilpons. So like, let's not go crazy here. But I don't see many positives here, Tom. Listen, you can go talk to me about this minor league guy and this. I don't see positives here outside of little sprinkles of things, Benj, Ewing, but there's nothing. This is a dead franchise right now. It feels dead. How is that possible?
I mean, the only bright spots on this team right now is Carson Benj and AJ Ewing. Even though Benj dropped the fly ball today, those two guys, that's what this season is about. It's about whatever young guys we end up seeing this year. If it goes beyond just Benj and Ewing, it's what can we get a glimpse of that they might provide us in the future? That's what this season is now, because they lost their 6th straight to the Cubs, so they're going to lose that tiebreaker with the Cubs. And just another one. Not that the playoffs actually matter. To just forget about the wild card. You know what I mean? So that's
I'm gonna channel my inner Jim Mora. Playoffs.
But I want to get back to that comment. The coach isn't the problem. It's Stearns that's the problem too. As a New York Giants, I'm assuming that's a New York Giants fan named Joe Shane. Oh well, look, it's a collective issue. It's not just David Stearns. It's not just Carlos Mendoza. It's the both of them. Sure, I agree with you most of the season. I think Carlos Mendoza got shafted, and he got given a roster that's full of guys playing out of position that are also injury prone. And I know the rotation was going to be a little better than it is, but I could see the writing on the wall, and I see Carlos Mendoza managing games with Eric Wagman, MJ Melendez, and Vidal Brujan at some point in time. So I understand that it's not all his fault, but this team looks, like Barry said, it looks dead. It doesn't look motivated. It looks like when a team commits as many errors as they did today,
that means that their heart is not in it.
That's a coaching problem.
Yep.
Sure, the players are bad, but I've seen bad teams still perform defensively and not do something that we haven't seen since the inception of the Mets. You know what I mean? Like 1962, the Mets were an embarrassment in 62.
Well, how many games they lost? 120 something?
A lot.
I already told you about how I feel about Carlos Mendoza. I think he's a substitute teacher. I do not think he is a manager in name only. He's not a manager. He's not a manager. He's not.
Not now. No, not now.
Never worked to me.
Maybe he'll be a good manager down the line. Maybe, but once he
learned about his failures. Once he's kind of sat there for a while and kind of reassessed certain things. Yeah, I'm sure he can be able to develop that, but he is terrible.
And at this
Mickey
point,
Callaway, terrible.
I think he's a step above Mickey Callaway because he could at least hand in a correct lineup card. But I like, again, at this point, like since we can pretty much put to bed the idea of like the Mets making a managerial change and like sparking the team to go on a run.
Yeah, that's over.
That's over. Mendoza's just got to get fired. Give me Kai Correa if you want to, just because something has to be done. Like, you can't just be complacent in this. You can tell me, again, all you want, that we believe in this team. We believe guys are going to play to the back of their baseball card. We believe that it's coming. If we don't see it, what's the reason? You tell me, I said it last week, you tell me that this team's good enough to win. Okay, great. Awesome. Why is it not happening? If they're good enough to do this, why is it not? I'm okay with bad stretches, slumps. You can't say that the half of a season's a slump. You can't do that to me. Like, no, either these players are bad, which I'm leaning towards, which I think is the case, or they're just not coached well.
I mean, think about it now. We are now in the midst of a full season. Second half of last year, the first half of this year. How much we have seen over 100+ games of bad baseball, which means that they're a bad baseball team, which means that they're a bad baseball organization.
Even last year.
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, outside of one half of baseball in 2024, the Mets have been an underachieving team. Period. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've been screaming this. Just take 2024 out of it. What has he done? What has he done? Nothing. This year's free agency was supposed to be his, all right, fuck it. I'm going to show you why I'm David Stearns, right? I'm going to show you how I'm going to be able to build this effing team, right? Because I don't want Pete. I don't want this. I'm going to show you how a David Stearns team is supposed to look. This was his offseason to flex his shit. And he gave us bullshit.
Yeah.
Because why? That's how he knows how to build, is bullshit.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown anything else since he's been here, Tom. When we went on the run in 2024, we had the scrap unit pitching staff that was successful. It was feast or famine. That was it. It was either all or nothing, and they went all. That's all that happened. It wasn't like he did anything special. He took chances on guys that nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
That's Moneyball bullshit. And so he tried to do it again last year. It didn't work. He did it again this year and then sprinkled in some other stuff. It didn't work.
No, but I think
at some point you have to do something different. This shit doesn't fucking work.
What makes it worse is that
insulting.
What makes it worse is that it wasn't Moneyball. Like Moneyball was done because the A's didn't have a lot.
They had no money, right?
They had no money, so they had to try to penny pinch, cut corners. The Mets didn't penny pinch. They have the highest payroll in baseball. Like
they just spent on the wrong players.
He just spent on the wrong players. Now again, like, how much did Schwarber end up signing for with the Phillies?
I think it was 35 a year, 5 years.
5 years. I mean, I guess now I would like to give. I guess I'd give him that, but I understand not wanting to give guys that are older like long-term deals. I guess I understand that, but again, I don't understand that when you're telling me, don't worry, we're not going to give these guys these deals. We got Mark Vientos. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you chose Mark Vientos over guys like Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, how's he been doing?
Fucking stupid.
How's he been doing? Let's take a look. I do this every week. I do my Ryan O'Hearn check. Ryan O'Hearn stats.
Has he fell off the table yet?
He's batting .285 with 11 home runs, 44 RBIs, and an .809 OPS.
Oh, sounds about right. And plays a good first base.
.285.
Huh? What do you know? What do you know?
Now let's take a look at Mark Vientos. Mark Vientos, what are your stats right now, my friend? You got a .257 on base percentage, a .390 slugging, and a .646 OPS. So Ryan O'Hearn wouldn't have been better than that. You know, like a real guy that could play that position.
Oh, a real first baseman?
First baseman
that actually plays the position? Yeah.
Another thing, like when we talk about the pitching, like I don't know who the Mets could have went out and gotten that would have filled that spot, because
Framber. Framber.
I guess so.
Framber. He was out there the whole fucking offseason. You could have got Framber Valdez. The guy goes 7 innings. You have nobody in your fucking pitching staff that can do that consistently. I don't give a fuck how much of an asshole he is. He can pitch.
He's pitching to a 3.91 ERA.
Yeah.
75 strikeouts, 4 and 5.
You listen, if we had a Framber and a Peralta pitching to 3.9 ERAs, I would take that over the fucking garbage that we have in the back end of the bullpen.
Well, you'd still end up having that issue because
one spot though instead of 2.
No, you'd still have to. Because Framber would move up to Clay's spot because Clay's hurt.
So you have Framber, you have Peralta, you'd have McLean, and
oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It'd be better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
You would have you would be fine at this point. You'd be fine with this point, but that's my thing is that he does not spend on the players that you should. Well,
because he wants to. Because again, I think David Stearns wants to build this team through the farm system.
Then when are they going to be ready? Then.
Well, that's the thing. Is like he wants to build it through the farm system. That's why he didn't sign Framber, because they would have lost another draft pick. Because I think they lost one for. Who'd they lose one for? Bo. I think Bo had the compensatory pick or something that was attached to him.
F them picks, bro. We don't.
No, I agree. I agree. I guess I agree with you, because if David Stearns has done one thing good, at least it's bringing some young players. Because
it doesn't matter if we're doing it from the internationals like pool. Like we're gonna bring in good players. I don't give a fuck about compensatory picks. Just get good players in here.
I agree.
Fucking payroll. I hate that shit. Like if you're Milwaukee, you worry about compensatory picks. This is not fucking Milwaukee. I
agree. At this point, I definitely agree, because
I'm done with that shit. I'm done with that fucking mindset of gotta save. Fuck that. Like this is We have the biggest payroll in the fucking game for the last 5 years. Who gives a fuck about compensatory picks?
Yeah, especially when baseball's a sport where the guys that you take are probably like 2, 3, 4 years away. You know what I mean?
They're 4 years away from being 4 years away.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, Carson Bench and AJ kind of skyrocketed through the system. So did Nolan McLean.
Then
so I mean, you never know.
You never know, but it's a crapshoot. Is what
You're
I'm
right.
saying. I'm not saying that you could have a shitty farm system, but it's a crapshoot. Brett Beatty was the number one he was like a top 3 prospect in baseball 5 years ago. But look at him now.
Beatty strikes me as a guy that's going to find success once he gets out of here.
I hope he does. He's a good kid and he's passionate, but he can't. I always say that you need to like have a different vetting system for players that come in here. Like put them on a fucking lie detector machine or some shit, and show them some stuff that's New York based to see how they handle it. Because if they're fucking heart flitters and shit, then we don't want you. We don't want you. We want stone cold killers here. You know what I'm saying? Because the guys that are here, I'm so confused. I don't even know what to say anymore. I just don't want to watch. I just don't want to watch anymore.
How long did
Framber? We do this show because we love it, but I don't love the Mets right now.
No, I definitely don't. And Framber for 3 years, $115 million. I would have signed up for that.
Ain't shit.
I wouldn't have had Dylan Cease though, Armand, because I don't know if I'm giving. Didn't Dylan Cease get like 7 years?
Yeah, he got a big deal.
I don't think I would have done that. Ranger Suarez would have been nice.
Suarez ought to definitely did.
What did he sign? Well, how's he doing right now? He's in Boston right now, right?
He's in Boston,
yeah. He's pitching to a 2.93 ERA, 70. Yeah, I would have taken Ranger, absolutely.
And he was out there for the entire offseason too.
Yeah. What was his contract?
Wasn't that bad.
Especially for a guy that we thought was a soft tosser. You know what I mean? 5 year, $130 million. I don't know if I want to give Ranger 5, but you don't have any pitching. That's the thing. Like you don't have any pitching. And again, if we're sitting in a world where Weniger and Thornton are not ready, like they're not even ready enough to take Senga and Peterson's spot.
Right.
If it's that bad,
then you have to get starting pitching that can be able to pitch now.
Exactly. Because again, you can't go into a season expecting Kodai Senga to pitch for a full season. Like, yeah, we were all hopeful. Like, okay, this is his season. If he turns it around, great. But again, you're relying on a guy that's hurt basically since he's been here.
And completely mentally shot when it comes to pitching in New York.
Cooked. Absolutely. My brother got duped on Twitter earlier because he saw a fake Jeff Passan account say that Kodai requested a trade. And I was like, good, please do us a favor.
Who would want him?
Somebody would take him. Somebody would. Well, for a bag of baseballs. I mean,
unless we're paying the entire salary, they wouldn't take him.
What's his contract? How much? Because this
is making like $15 million a year. He's not making much, but
Kodai Senga is under a 5 year, $75 million deal. It's up next year. Oh, he's got a full no trade clause. Damn, he could have opted out last year. If only he would have stayed healthy, he probably wouldn't be here. Oh, there's a club option for 20. Yeah, that can't get that definitely can't get it exercised. There's no way they're paying him another $15 million in 2028.
He has a club option, or he has both.
Club option. So he's got a no trade, so he can only get traded to wherever he wants to go. But it's a club option for 2028, which he won't get.
Good.
Yeah, no, he'll be. I don't think. Well, that's the thing. Like, if we can look forward to anything, I think David Stearns does want to keep his job. I don't think that's a hot take to say. If we can look forward to anything, it's that the Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos experiment done at the end of the year. David Peterson done at the end. I think he's a free agent. Done at the end of the year. Kodai Senga probably done at the end. Like a lot of this crap that we're currently sitting in is going to be shaved off this team at the end of the year. Like that's What's insane? Thank you, Billy Epler, for the Senga contract. Well, the Senga contract sounded good. We were really excited for that Senga contract.
I wasn't mad with the Senga contract because if it was one thing that Billy Epler knows, he's very good at international scouting. He's the one that kind of.
I'm not giving him credit for Shohei Ohtani. Helen Keller could have told me that Shohei.
I don't
Ohtani
care. You have to give him the credit. Okay, he's the one.
No, a blind person could have seen that.
Okay. He's the one that did it.
Yeah, he's the one that made friends with him. But I mean, like anybody could have seen, wow, that Shohei guy is going to be pretty good.
But I mean, look, Kodai he almost won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
he was top 5 in Cy Youngs that year as well.
Yeah.
So it started off well, and it just fell apart. Like
can't stay
healthy, and like I said, he's mentally checked out. So let's go ahead and go talk about this. This David Stearns presser. What did you take away from that press conference?
I am just so glad we talked about it a little bit. I got the one question in. I talked about it last week that I wanted somebody to ask him about his player evaluation because he was going to rely on guys like Polanco and Luis Robert Jr. When they had injury histories. And he basically said that he, in layman's terms, I guess paraphrasing, he said that they're going to have to reevaluate how they assess injury risks. But like, again, we could have seen that stuff coming a mile away. Again, we were all for them moving on from Pete and Nimmo. That looks like a bad decision now. But the one thing that they have that's different than the other guys they brought in is that Nimmo and Pete played every day. Polanco and Robert historically didn't, and they were relying on them to be big pieces in this lineup, and they just haven't been. So I was happy that got asked, and the rest of it was just it was a lot of me hearing David Stearns trying to convince us that he thinks this team is better than they've been performing, and I was really happy that a lot of people were asking like, okay, when do you expect that? Like, when do you expect to see the performance that you believe this team has? And he doesn't have an answer for it because you can't predict that. Either this team's going to decide to play better baseball or they're just not. And they're just not, Yeah.
I'm over here looking through the transcript as well myself. And this one right here jumped out to me. Just what conversations have you had with Steve Cohen about his frustration level, but also more specifically, what approach do you want to take at the trade deadline? And he's frustrated. We're all frustrated. I expect us to do better than this. And that to me is just like, there's the flawed mindset in the way he thinks and how he builds, is that he really, honestly, to the core of him, thought that this was going to work. When we tend to call Met fans a little irrational at times, a little emotionally unstable at times, but if there's one thing that I will always give the Met fans credit for, is that they know baseball. And they're one of the most knowledgeable fan bases out there. And there's not many Met fans that actually believe that this shit was going to be good. You might have had maybe like 25% of people that actually believed in it. Then you had another like maybe 10 to 15% of people who convinced themselves that, hey, listen, I'm a Met fan. We're gonna ride with it. Moves are gonna be good. I'm gonna throw roses over these moves because I want to be as optimistic as possible. Right? We fell into that category.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But then you had the other side of the fan base who was rabid as hell, were pissed off not having Nimmo here, not having Alonso here, McNeil is gone, all of these homegrown guys, and it's just like, this team is not going to do well. So we're going to sit here and just wait to see what happens. We're going to wait to see that this shit won't work. There's a lot of Met fans that just never believed in this team from day one. I
talk to one every day. My dad didn't believe in them ever. My dad hasn't believed in them since last year.
Yeah. And it's like, how can you blame them?
You can't.
You can't. You can't argue with them. You can't try to rationalize or try to rationalize dumbass moves, because when you feel something in your core, like, yo, something ain't right, dog. Like, just something just doesn't feel right. And I'm not gonna like back off my feeling about this shit. Most Met fans came into the season with that. So
I agree. The thing is, though, like it's what makes it so frustrating is because, like, I agree, like, I could get behind the breakup of that team. Like, I think regardless of whatever moves the Mets made, I don't know if there definitely would have been moves the Mets could have made that would have made Mets fans who miss Pete and miss Nimmo think like, okay, this team's going to be better next. Or I don't think really many people miss McNeil, but I'm sure some do. I
think not to cut you off, but I think even if Pete was here, right? If Pete was here, 20 home runs, just penciling 20 home runs, 55 RBIs, right? 245 batting average. If the Mets were still 10 games under 500, how would Mets fans feel? If the record was still the same, how would they feel? That's the question that I always ask people, because you're okay with being bad just as long as your guys are here.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're wanting success for the team. I don't give a fuck who's here. I want a product that looks like a competent baseball team.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And I don't fall in love with players and homegrown. Yes, you had your guys in the history. I love David Wright. I love Lindor. I love all these guys. Piazza. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I want to win.
Yeah.
So if he was willing to blow this shit up because he felt that core wasn't going to win, cool. Go find me one that can. But this shit right here is a hodgepodge unit. That's my point, is that if you came in with a competent looking team, I would have more confidence in you. This was not that.
Agreed. No, that's the thing. Like, I had confidence going in, but again, all of those terrible things that we anticipated in the beginning of the season ended up happening. But it's funny that you say that, because the two questions that jumped out at me. Next time I do this, if I transcribe the things, I'm gonna do my best to go back and label the one. Yeah. No, not even label. Label some of the big ones. Yeah. But I want to put the person who asked the question.
Oh, right.
Because I don't know who asked this, but it was my like second favorite exchange of this, because
it could have been Javi Rose. Javi Rose.
No, it was a female reporter. I don't remember her name. Okay. But she said, "Is there a way to fix things during the season, or how difficult is that to fix things during the season?" David Stearns replied, "Yeah, the word fix, I don't think is something that I'm going to think about. I'm thinking about how do we get our players to play up to their potential, because in large segments of our roster, I don't think we've seen that this year." She follows up immediately after he finished that sentence, says, "So how do we get them to play to their potential?" And he said, "I think if we had the exact answer on that, we would have done that. I think it's a constant process with our coaching staff, working hard with our players to get the most out of them they possibly can." Okay, we're halfway through the season. What are we talking about that we're waiting for this team to play up to their potential?
Maybe this game 130.
Yeah, maybe this is their potential.
Right.
Maybe the team that you've been watching all year is the team you've built.
Correct.
And
let's talk about that. That's a great point. What is the cutoff for somebody to actually look at what they have in front of them and accept it for what it is? Right? If you're in a fucking race with a shit car and everybody else got great souped up engines and you don't, and you keep falling in fucking last place, at what point do you say to yourself, my car is not good enough to be able to win this fucking race. Rather than I'm going to keep racing this car and we're going to keep figuring out. And at some point I'm going to get there. No, like the fucking car is obsolete. It's not good enough to be able to compete. Mm-hmm. So at what point does that sink in for him? Game 125, 130, 150? When does it sink in when you're actually out of the fucking playoffs? I don't understand that answer. And that's the thing that bothers me about David Stearns is that he's full of shit. He really is. And that just shows you how much he's full of shit.
I think, and it's funny, again, that you say that is because somebody kind of sort of asked him something similar to that. They asked him, like, what's your, like, do you have a cutoff date? Do you have a record? Do you have a vibe of the team? Like, do you have a moment?
He couldn't answer it.
No, he said his deadline for making decisions on where this team is going to go is August 3rd. I think it was August 3rd.
Whatever the deadline is.
Whatever the day the deadline is. Like, so just talking out loud here, especially after watching what happened with the Cubs, you're not planning to make any major changes or decisions on this team
until the deadline.
Until the deadline specifically. So you think that this team that we've been watching all season is going to magically turn it around at the deadline for you to like really make your decision? Like you can't just base your decision off of the half a season of baseball we watched so far. Like, I think that's what Gary said. Like, I think this is game 82?
Yeah. You're halfway there.
Halfway through the year. Like,
you need to reevaluate.
What the fuck are we waiting for?
Right.
What are we? I do not get what we are waiting for, what else we need to see. And again, if you don't think the players are playing up to their potential, you think that this team is better, then why on God's green earth do you defend Mendy at every turn? Because if this team is as good as you think it is,
then the manager is not getting the most out of the fucking players.
And then what's he fucking doing? Then what is he doing here? So why can't you can't have your cake and eat it too? You can't say this team is better than it should be and my manager is okay.
Right.
That's 2 + 2 = 9 is what you're trying to explain to me. That's not the case. There's no way. I texted it to you. I texted it to you and Nicole. There's no way this team with the highest payroll in baseball should be the worst team money can buy. Part 2.
I agree.
The worst team money can buy had a $45 million payroll. That's less than Juan Soto makes in a year.
Right.
Like, it's fucking insane. Like I said, like Nicole brought it up 2 weeks ago or last week. She was like, I remember where you were saying when we start having to rely on Jared Young, or if we start having to rely on Jared Young, we're going to have a real problem. Well, we got a real problem because we're relying on Jared Young to hit home runs for us. And that's fucking crazy.
Because Jared Young is better than Mark Vientos.
Yeah, he is. Just flat out is. I mean, he still kind of sucks at first base, but he can hit a little more consistently than Vientos does. And like, I'm tired of just be an adult. Be a grown man. Admit you made a mistake. Admit this isn't working and stop trying to force feed me. This team is better than it should. This team is better than they're showing.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is that it's super insulting. It's insulting the answers that he gives because it's a slap in our faces. Every single time he goes up there, it's a slap in our fucking faces because you want us to buy into what product? This is a terrible baseball team. It's a terrible baseball team, period. Watching Marcus Semien play baseball is I want to rip my fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
Watching Brett Beatty play on this team is excruciating. Watch Mark Vientos get opportunities. I can't deal with it anymore. I really can't. It's unbearable. Seeing David Peterson, Senga, Manaya, all of them. I'm even done with Peralta. I want him gone. Just sell everything. Sell everything. I'm done.
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely done.
I absolutely agree. I think what makes it tough is the fact that they have so many holes that you just can't like. I don't know. You can't fix. Like they couldn't fix it on the fly during the season because they just were relying on too many players that were just bad, and there's no way that you can make that many moves in a season to fix this or right this ship. So like I don't know. Like in the beginning, I understand where David Stearns is saying we just got to play better, but now it's just if you don't know when to sell, it's right now. You know what I mean? Just get ahead of it. Get a kickstart ahead of it. There's no way this run is coming. There is no 2024 run coming. There's no 2024 feel to this. Like, if the Mets came back and won this game today, I wouldn't have that, like, okay, here's the turnaround excitement. I wouldn't have that, okay, look,
feel the same way.
I'd feel the exact same way because they played like shit and lucked themselves into a win is what I'd feel. I would fully expect them to go out tomorrow and lay an absolute egg.
Yep.
They hit 4 home runs today. I'd expect them to hit none and score no runs tomorrow.
Right.
If they came back and won. I expect that tomorrow anyway. But like just the constant like I always think it's kind of overblown sometimes when people say that, oh, New York sports fans are smart. Like they're not like everybody else around the country. Like I think some of that's kind of overblown, but we're not fucking idiots.
No,
like I know what I'm watching. I'm a Mets fan. We've watched a lot of bad baseball. This is like exceptionally bad baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've blocked out. I was trying to think about it. Like my cousin put in a group chat of ours, like, who's like your least favorite Met of all time? And
mine is Luis Castillo.
The thing is like I honestly can't fully think of one because I know that there's just been because like Aaron Heilman's gonna come to mind, but like there's
Oliver Perez too. I hate
Ali Perez. Even though there was a point in time when he resurrected his career that I was like, you know what? Maybe bringing Ollie back to let him exercise the demons is just maybe that's our GOAT thing.
We need Bartolo in the organization. That's what
I don't know. I don't want to do that to that man. Let him be fat and happy in retirement.
Let him be happy. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I think I've blocked out a lot of my most hated Mets. Like I think we've just watched so much bad baseball that my brain goes to my favorite Mets, and it's like there's just so many that I can't fucking stand that I just like I've erased them from my memory.
I think like in the history of my like the Mets that I've hated, there's a lot on this team.
Oh, this is definitely the team with the most. I think I can confidently say that like. Okay, maybe I can't confidently say there's been some rough lineups, but this right now is the most recent one I can remember where I hate a good portion of this.
Yeah, I can honestly say with confidence that I hate this team. Hate. I don't hate the players in regards to them personally. I hate this entire team as a makeup. The team itself. I hate it. I hate it. I don't find joy in when they win. I don't find it's just a numb feeling that I have when they lose.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of laugh. Like even today, like shouts to Alfred. He always, we're always going back and forth and talking about the games and stuff. When he's there, he'll be talking to me while it's happening. And he's like, oh man, BG, we're up 3-0. I'm like, okay. And then the lead will be going. I'm like, okay. I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything because they've been so bad. Oh,
that's the thing. Look, I don't really expect. Like, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When the Mets win, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, if they would have come back today, I said all that stuff before. Like, I'd still be happy. But like, would I be confident that this is going to mean anything? No. But I got to watch the Mets win. I do like to watch the Mets win. So like, I'll never be disappointed in that. I just like. So like, I don't know. I just want to feel better about it. Like I want to feel more excited. Like again, it's when we have seasons like this, seasons that essentially are going to mean nothing in the end. I look at baseball. I love baseball. I look at it as my entertainment. They're my favorite team. Cool. If they squeak out, if they squeak out a win here, great. I'm not going to have this grandiose. I'm at the point now where I'm not going to have this grandiose like, here comes the turnaround. That's not. Yeah. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is, a moment in time where the Mets won a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big Trouble Media says, I hate everyone on this team. Sorry, but when I see them smiling and high-fiving and wearing Spider-Man masks, doing Spider-Man hands, you're losing. Why are we happy? I understand that sentiment, Big Trouble Media, but here's the human part of it, right? Like, they're human. They're going to want to enjoy themselves. They're a part of a team. They're playing baseball. They're doing what they love to do. Are they doing it at a high level? No. But do they get a chance to be human and smile? You know, like Lindor made an error today and he smiled, right? Because it's one of those things. It's like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing, right? Like, it's more about not smiling because he's happy. It's about, like, get out of your head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be better than this type of thing. And when you're in that dugout with people and, you know, you're enjoying that camaraderie, sometimes those things can turn around, or sometimes it's just one of those, you're just going through the motions. I think the Mets right now are just going through natural motions of a baseball season. Yeah. And we're not even in the dog days of summer yet. And that's the most excruciating part of this, is that we're not even in the dregs of the season and we feel like this. Yeah. It's really bad.
I will say, I do think they need to table the home run celebrations and stuff for when they're getting smoked. Like that, I think we need to cool it on that a little bit.
It's tone deaf when you're losing. Yeah.
Spider-Man hands, like on the base pads, like if you hit a double, I'm cool with that. You know, have the passion, have the fun, because you're right. They do got to be, like, you want them to be like a, you know, a well-rounded, like not well-rounded. That's the wrong thing. Like a connected team. You know what I mean? You want them to have fun.
Them to build chemistry.
Exactly. I want them to have fun. But I'm more mad that they ruined the Spider-Man celebration. Like that's.
And the thing is,
they wasted a good one. They wasted a good one.
They got it from a nice little girl I think it was a girl or a little boy that gave Soto the mask. Like, this is such a good feeling thing, right?
Yeah.
And they stink.
They wasted it. Like, I love Spider-Man. Like putting on a Spider-Man mask to celebrate like home runs if they were like winning. You know, if that was it would
have been awesome.
If that was the new sign, that would have been the greatest thing. I freaking love Spider-Man.
Yeah, remember we were talking about it that they need to do a lot more Spider-Man things with the actual team.
Hell yeah, I see beer leagues with more. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you with that.
Listen, Big Trouble Media, we are in agreement in regards to, like, you know, we're frustrated as fans, and you want to see a lot more passion out of them. But I'm not gonna sit here and stew over players laughing and having fun in the dugout. Like, I've been a part of some bad basketball teams in my life, right? But at the end of the day, I love my teammates, so I'm going to crack jokes and have fun with them. Is it always a time to laugh? No, because we understand this the importance of winning and making sure that we're playing at a high level. But that's not going to get to me. Like, what gets to me is consistently looking terrible and having bad fundies. Bad fundies makes it seem like you're not working hard or you're not focusing hard. That bothers me, right? Give me somebody who strikes out 5 times than a guy that's going to kick the ball around the diamond 3 times. That to me is a bigger issue that I have than you know, celebrations and shit like that. But I'm in agreement with you. Like, it's not fun right now. And if we're not having fun, then sometimes you feel like they shouldn't be having fun. I get it, but
I hope they're not having fun. I hope they're not having fun being this bad. I hope that they
honestly. I think half of these players don't give a fuck.
I agree. I think a lot of them today look. I mean, at least like dugout and camaraderie aside, in the field they look dead. You know what I mean? Like Bo looks like shell shocked. Marcus Simeon looked like he just looked lost today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mark Vientos just like
look like Mark Vientos.
Yeah, every time he boots a ball, you just see it on his face. He's like, "Oh my god, I just booted another one." You know, like these guys are. And again, and even if they are checked out, guess what? That's another knock on Carlos Mendoza, because he can't keep these guys motivated and can't keep these guys' heads in the game to perform at a high level.
And that's my biggest thing, man. That's my biggest thing, is that we had an opportunity to be able to move in another direction with the manager. When we look back at this season, Tom, and we go ahead and we do the autopsy of this season, because we will do that at the end of the year. The biggest turning point for me was the 12-game losing streak that you allowed him to go through that and still survive that and still be here. There's no fucking way that you can end the season the way they ended last season, right? Complete collapse. And then come back this season and have a 12-game losing streak and keep your job. There's just no fucking way. Even if I like you as a manager, I have to get rid of you.
I agree.
Just to be able to say we are starting fresh. Whatever happens after this is whatever happens, but we're going to make this move because we need to make a change. It's just like last season, right? The team was completely dead. You had a chance to fire Chavez. You didn't do it. Just to do it, right? They weren't hitting. They weren't doing. You should have did it just to make a change. Because sometimes just making that small change can be able to just clear guys' heads and them having to refocus.
Yeah, or at least give them a sense of urgency.
Give them a sense of urgency to show them, you see what we just did to the manager? Nobody's safe.
Yeah. You guys did that.
Right.
Well, he probably
you
did
guys
it.
got him fucking fired. I didn't.
Yeah.
So the fact that none of these players believe that there's a sense of urgency, of course they're going to fucking kick the ball around. Of course they're going to come to the fucking ballpark and not look like they give a shit, because there's no consequence. Mm-hmm. There's no consequence.
Nope.
I can be able to do whatever the fuck I want because there's no consequence here, because I have a substitute teacher of a manager that does not, there's no ramification. There's no discipline here. There's no discipline if I kick the ball around. I'm not gonna get benched for the next game or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, and especially when you look at what they have on the bench, like, it's like they're not going to bench me for this guy. This guy stinks. And also, big trouble. I saw that. Don't be sorry. We're probably going to be doing a lot of venting sessions the rest of the season with how it's looking.
Media. No, we appreciate the venting, bro. Trust me. Like, this is what we came in here for, man. You know, Met fans that can be able to just voice their displeasure. I love it because it's raw emotion. We care about the team. I can see that you care about the team. You're very passionate about it. Salute to the sub, man. Like, this is what we do. You know, we are human. we're going to talk about our fucking team. What I'm going to say, Dansby Swanson has a grand slam, a 3-1 homer, triple, stolen bait.
Armand sprinkling salt in the wounds.
I love the stats from Armand. We love him. We're going to call Armand the stat guy.
Yeah.
In 1920, no other major league player has accomplished that more than it's amazing. And just think about this, Armand. This is a guy that was batting 187 before the fucking series. 187. This is insane. Insane.
That's before World War II, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't know. I am just like, I honest to God, I got to admit, like, I did laugh a little bit at the end of this game because I didn't watch the David Stearns press conference until I transcribed it, because I was like, it's just going to make me mad. I can't do it. And then I was like, you know what? We're doing a show. Let me turn it on. I'll listen to it. I didn't listen to Mendy.
When I sent it, I said it's gonna piss you off.
Yeah, I didn't listen to Mendy. I didn't listen to Mendy because I couldn't do it to myself. I couldn't do both of them.
No.
I went and listened to Stearns, and I'm listening to it as they're losing, like as the game is ending, and I'm like, that's just so fucking funny that he just had a whole press conference yesterday talking about how we need to get this team to play better, and then they do that in a double header. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, if you don't eat your words and just start firing people tomorrow, I don't understand how you get any respect around the league or in your own locker room because
I don't really think he has. Listen, I'm not gonna speculate that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna speculate that, but he just comes off as a person to me that just does not have that human connection. Just doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just very matter of fact and very, very numbers based. And I don't think that that's a good way to run your organization when everybody just has a barcode to you.
I agree. I saw something about players voting on the Mets not being a bad organization. I can't find it. I should have saved that tweet. I'm talking. It was players like outside of the Mets. Like it was players around the league. Players around the league. They I think it was like 11 of however many players they asked said that they didn't think the Mets were a bad organization, but it's easy to say from the outside.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like a lot of baseball people are perplexed at the Mets. Perplexed.
Shouldn't be though.
No, but they're saying they're like, yo, we didn't even think that they were gonna be this bad. And these are like the experts, right? So there's something to that. I don't think the players hate being in this organization. There's a lot of changes that Cohen has made, but the end result is still the same. When you don't win, things suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's that simple. I don't give a fuck how nice your amenities look. I don't give a damn what you do in regards to players' families, where you put them. I don't care about none of that shit. When you don't win, it doesn't matter. What's up?
Look what Armand said.
Thank you.
I can't fucking believe that.
I hope he starts tomorrow and kills us.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny.
What do we get?
I don't know. I mean, a bag of baseballs? I don't know.
I don't even care what we get.
Yeah, the Chicago Cubs.
We just saw that, don't know.
Chicago Cubs traded for David Peterson. His turning his career around in Chicago.
He's going to pitch to a 1.9 ERA.
That's crazy. Good.
Start the selling.
Yeah, so now what do we realistically in the David Stearns brain and the Carlos Mendoza brain, who's going to take that spot? I know the answer.
Senga.
Sean Manaea.
Well, Sean Manaea was already in the rotation.
What? It's Freddie. Freddie.
Yeah, man, Manaea's been in the rotation last 3 starts.
Yeah, I forgot. No, I thought he was still like filling in for spots. No, yeah, so it's Freddie, Nolan.
Christian Scott's not back yet.
Well, he's going to be back though.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be back next week, next week, I think they said. So I guess Manaea, Senga, and then
Nolan, Manaea.
Senga, and then 5 is...
Well, I think they're gonna put. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen with Senga at this point. We don't know. We don't know. So.
Well, no, I'm just saying right now. Like right now, as it stands right now, that 5th spot is probably, hopefully not going to be a bullpen guy. Hopefully not going to be bullpen games.
Like honestly, at this point, call up Jonah Tonga and just let him start for the rest of the season. Like seriously, let him figure it out here. Let him figure it out.
What's he looking like right now?
He's probably still fucking struggling with strikes because they all are.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Give me Zach Thornton again. Give me Weniger. I want to see Weniger. I'd really like to see him.
Yeah.
But I just, thank God I don't have to see David Peterson again. Now, if you could do it with Senga, do Senga next. Please just get him the fuck out of here. I don't know where he wants to go. Does he want to go back to Japan? Can we trade him to Japan?
I don't. Yeah, I mean.
No, we can't. I'm just kidding.
Why not?
Sell everyone. Bring up the bad news. Bring up the bad news bears. I'm sure they will be entertaining at least. Big Trouble Media. That's funny.
Let me.
Damn. David Peterson to the Cubs.
Why would they do that to themselves?
Well, because they're gonna get him for nothing. He's a free agent at the end of the year. They could maybe catch some magic in a bottle, maybe make him a long reliever, and then if he's bad, he's gone next year.
Right, because he's a free agent, definitely.
Yeah,
right.
Unrestricted. So, like, it's really it's a no lose situation for the Cubs because they're not giving the Mets anything for it.
No lie, when I saw your face like that, I thought that Mendoza was fired.
Oh, I would have been a lot more excited. I think I might at this point I would have been a lot more excited about that.
I would have been very, very excited about that. So in honor of
the Mets fans were chanting Pete Alonso as they fell 12 games under 500 today, by the way.
Good. Let Stearns hear it. At this point, he needs to hear it. He needs to hear it. Because if you thought that you knew better than bringing back a homegrown talent like that, then every time that this team stinks, you're gonna hear it until you fix it. That's how it should be. You're going to hear it until you fix it. And is he capable of fixing it? That's the biggest issue that we have, because I don't think he is. I just don't think he is capable of fixing this shit.
I was a David Stearns apologist for a long time. I can't say with confidence that he'll be able to do something. I hope he will. I hope he proves us all wrong. I hope he realizes after 2 years of underperforming, because even last year, like the beginning of last year was cool for a little bit, but it wasn't sunshine and rainbows.
Because remember, the pitching was really good, and the hitting was not that great. So us being 20 games over 500 was kind of like a mirage. You know what I mean? Like it was not a solid, like, oh man, this team is really good. I was just like,
Yeah, you were still worried. Yeah.
I was still very nervous.
You were waiting for the Griffin Canning blowing out his Achilles to happen.
100%. Yep.
Cubs, you are right, Armand. The Cubs do have a lot of injured starting pitchers. So
listen, in honor of David Peterson not being here anymore. Thank you, David Peterson, for your service to the New York Mets. I have not liked you since you came up. Okay, I've been telling people, he's gonna have a season here or there where he's not that bad, but at the end of the day, David Peterson has been rubbish in my opinion, and I'm glad that he actually got his suit prepped and got a phone call and took his ass to Mars. And I love the Cubs for that. Thank you, Cubs, for whipping our ass. And thank you for taking David Peterson with you. Thank you so much. After leaving the rubble in Queens, you brought the garbage with you. Okay? You took the garbage back to Chicago with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So David Peterson officially on his mission to Mars. That's great. That's absolutely fantastic. I've been waiting for this day for 6 years. I've been waiting for it. This is great. This is great for me.
So, again, appreciate you with the updates, Armand. The Mets are getting Cole Mathis back in the deal, who's a third baseman in high A with the Cubs. He's kind of got, if you Google it, he's got Napoleon Dynamite face. He's 22 years old. He's in high A. He spent, it looks like, 2 years in the Cubs minor leagues. Last year hit 215, 336 on base percentage, 402 slugging, 738 OPS. This year he's batting 272, 369 on base percentage, 585 slugging, 981 OPS. So
what position?
He's done better. Third baseman. 22 years old. So
still young.
Still young. But can he pitch is a real question. I don't know. But can he pitch?
Big Joe, can he pitch? Exactly. We don't. Our position players are not bad. It's well, they are bad, but I'm talking about minors. Just can we get some pitchers? Who will be next? That's probably a good game to play. Who's next?
Who will be next?
Who's next?
You mean like traded?
Yeah,
traded. The thing is, like, I don't think they're gonna trade Bo. Who's worth? I mean,
this is a great post. David Peterson is 7 years with the Mets. Was it 40 and 36, 431, 677 Ks, Yeah, the one said goodbye, good riddance, and go fights.
Winning record, I guess.
Armand, you are the gift that keeps on giving. That was great. Yes, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It said, is Mathis in the Cubs top 30? That's a great question. Is he a top 30 prospect?
Cubs top 30 prospects 2026. Come on, Google. What are we doing to me here?
Googleize it.
No, I don't want. Yeah, there we go. Top 30 prospects for the Cubbies. It's not giving it to me. Oh, because I have to have a subscription at Baseball in America. Get out of here.
Them. Screw them. We don't want your subscription. Okay?
No.
Pirate it.
He is. Does not look like he's a top 30 prospect.
Big Troll Media says it's going to be Mr. Met. Mr. Met stays. Okay.
Yeah, we get to keep him.
You keep him and bring back Grimace. Where's Grimace?
Yeah, I'm not seeing him on here. No, it's the projected lineup. These Google is not doing me any favors today.
Maybe you can type his name in to see where he falls. I think honestly, if I'm gonna have a says MLB Pipeline has him ranked 13 in top. Okay, so he's number 13 in their system. Okay.
Yeah, this one said 8. So okay.
So okay, anywhere between 8 and 13. Okay.
I'll take that. For David Peterson, I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
10 times
give me young position players. If we're trying to build through the farm system, give me young position players, please.
Yeah, give us more first basemen, because who we got? We only got Clifford and we got Jacob Reimer. That's
Jacob Reimer, and then
Clifford.
Is Guzman a first baseman? No, I don't think so. But he's old. He's young still. So
yeah.
Estimate ETA is 2028. Good. That's only 2 years.
So 24, 25. So yeah, I mean, listen, that's all right, man. The more talent we get, the better. So again, I think the next shoe to drop would be AJ Minter.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think AJ Minter is going to be able to fetch a pretty penny because.
But that's the thing. Like I think they were willing to get rid of David Peterson at this point because there's no way you can look a Mets fan in the face and tell me that we're trying to win something with David Peterson taking the mound again. I still feel like if we start seeing trades now, I don't think we're going to see the full sell until we get closer to the deadline.
Probably true, but we're just playing the game.
I think Senga might be gone. I think if they could find a suitor for him, I think Senga might be next because you just can't do it. Because I think we're gonna see some of these guys that just are not cutting. I think we're gonna start seeing some of them get traded before the deadline because
can we see a Brett Beatty going?
I fucking hope so. I don't know. I don't need to see him anymore.
There's a lot of teams that can use Brett Beatty, honestly.
A guy that can't play a guy that can play a decent third but can't hit it all.
At least they have some type of bench guy.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
He strikes me as a guy that'd be really good in Colorado.
Yes, he'll be good anywhere that's not a big market.
Yeah.
Same thing with Vientos. I think Vientos might end up falling into a 45 home run season at some point in his career.
Yeah, in Vegas for the Athletics.
Somewhere.
I don't know why. I look at Mark Vientos and I just see an Athletic for some reason. I have no idea why. The other baseball purgatory.
You see him playing in a minor league stadium. That's what it is.
I think he hit home runs there.
Yeah,
he hit well in AAA.
Hey, look at the guy has 10 home runs, 39 RBIs so far this season.
I'll literally take just about anything for David Peterson.
Yeah, I agree. Well, listen, that's a good way to end the show. David Peterson. Again, let me go
so long.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, David Peterson.
That is a terrible picture. Like he smiled so bad.
I did it on purpose. I took the worst one. I took the worst one on purpose. Okay, you get out of here and you never come back. Okay,
Yeah.
there's not gonna be a video package for you, David Peterson.
Oh, he's definitely getting one.
He won't get one. Okay, I'll make sure I write a very angry letter. Okay, don't you ever have a video package for David Peterson, because there are no highlights for me when it comes to him. Okay, I appreciate everybody that's been in here to join us on this vent session. Shout out to Big Troll Media, Armand, the stat master, the stat legend. Salute to you. Everybody else that was in here, man. We'll be here next week. We'll be here next week, because if there's one thing about us, we are going to show up more than the Mets will. We are always going to have our A game. We're always going to come here and bring fun, bring entertainment, bring the passion, bring the heart, everything that we have as Met fans. We always pour it into this show because we care. So, we're always going to bring it. And any final words, Tom?
Good riddance, David Peterson.
Yeah.
And to kind of steal a line from Bill Goldberg, Kodai Senga, you're next.
I wonder what we get for him.
Kodai? No, probably nothing. I mean, well, if we got a top 30 prospect for David Peterson, Kodai, I think Kodai's younger.
Is he? No, I think he's older.
Really? He might be.
He's in his 30s.
Kodai Senga is 33.
I think Peterson's 30.
30, yeah. All right, so he is older. All right, so maybe not as much.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll see what happens. I don't care what they get. Just
anything.
Just go. Just matter of fact, how about you just go? We don't even want anything. Just go.
Yeah.
Just go. There's a door. You can just open it and just walk out.
Yeah.
So until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.